All right, today we're jumping into one of the biggest transformations happening in business right now, turning customer support into a smart, proactive powerhouse. We're going to walk through the whole journey from step one to a fully autonomous system, and we'll use Zendesk's AI as our guide.
Okay, let's just start with the most important question you can ask yourself. For decades, right, support has been seen as just a cost, something you have to pay for. But what if it could actually be a growth engine? What if every single customer chat was a chance to build loyalty and actually drive revenue? Well, with AI, that's not some fantasy, it's the new reality.
So, before we can talk about the future, we gotta be real about where things are right now. We've all been there, stuck in a queue for ages, having to repeat your problem to 3 different people, and on the other side, you've got support agents who are just completely burning out from answering the same basic questions over and over and over. This is the problem we're here to solve.
And the goal here isn't just to be a little bit faster or a little bit cheaper. It's to fundamentally change the game. We want to move from just sitting back and waiting for problems to happen to a proactive, data-driven system that actually anticipates what customers need and solves issues before they even start.
But here's the thing. Before you can unleash some powerful AI, you have to build its foundation. And it all comes down to this one critical element, something you probably already have. This is the step you absolutely cannot skip.
And here it is, the big secret. Your help center, your FAQ section, all those articles you have, that is the brain of your AI. It's that simple. An AI is only as smart as the information you feed it. So a high-quality, up-to-date knowledge base is without a doubt the #1 predictor of success for any AI project in customer support. And the cool thing is, Zendesk makes feeding that brain super simple. They have this feature called Content Queues, where AI actually analyzes what your customers are asking about. It literally gives you a to-do list, pointing out the exact gaps in your help center. So you're not just guessing what customers need anymore, you're proactively giving them the answers they're already looking for.
Okay, so let's get into the first stage of AI maturity. We call this the crawl phase. Now here, the AI isn't replacing anybody. Think of it more like a co-pilot sitting right next to your human agents, making them way faster, smarter, and more efficient.
The first big, immediate win you're going to see is from intelligent triage. Think about the old way. A human had to read every single ticket and try to figure out who should handle it. It was slow and mistakes were common. With AI, it instantly analyzes the ticket's intent, the language, even the customer's sentiment, and bam, routes it to the perfect expert in milliseconds. And the impact of this is just huge. Slashing your first reply time, that's an instant win for your customer satisfaction. And because the ticket gets the right person on the very first try, you massively increase the chances of solving the issue in one go. That's first contact resolution, and trust me, it's a golden metric in the support world.
Next up in the AI Copilot's bag of tricks, AI-powered macros. A macro is basically just a pre-written response. But instead of your agent having to dig around to find the right one, the AI reads the customer's question and proactively suggests the perfect macro for the situation. It turns a whole scavenger hunt into a single click.
But, and this is a really crucial piece of advice from the experts, don't go crazy. If you create hundreds of macros, your agents are just going to get lost in all the options. It's called choice paralysis. The key is to start small. Focus on the top 10 or 20 most common repetitive questions. It's all about impact, not volume.
All right, so we've made our agents into superheroes. Awesome. Now we move on to the walk phase. This is where we start to let the AI take the lead, automating entire conversations and workflows from beginning to end, 24/7, no breaks.
Now, building a bot might sound really complicated, but it's basically just a logical conversation. It starts with a simple greeting, then it figures out what the user wants, like, say, track my order. It knows it needs to ask for an order number, and then it can either solve the problem right there, or if it gets stuck, it can seamlessly hand off the whole conversation to a human agent.
So what's the real bottom line impact? Well, a well-built bot can lead to monthly savings like this. I mean, for the right company, this is an absolute game changer.
So how do we get to a number that big? The math is actually pretty simple. A deflected ticket is just any issue that's solved by the bot without a human ever getting involved. You multiply that number by your company's average cost per ticket. Now that cost can be anything, from $5 to over 50. But once you know your number, you can calculate your exact return on investment.
Now, for the most advanced stage, the run phase. This is where the AI graduates from just solving problems to actively anticipating them.
It becomes a proactive system that is constantly learning and improving your entire support operation on its own.
And this is where it gets really, really cool, almost futuristic. The AI actually looks at tickets that human agents struggled with. It finds a pattern, identifies a new knowledge gap, and then uses generative AI to automatically write the first draft of a new help article to solve that problem for good. It's basically a self-healing system.
But, and this is a huge but, you cannot automate this last step. The most important rule here is to always treat that AI-generated content as just a first draft. A human expert must review it for accuracy. They have to edit it for brand tone. Never, ever, ever just publish an article straight from the AI. This is what protects your quality and your brand.
Okay, we've built our intelligence system. It's up and running. Now we have to prove its value and make sure we're following the essential rules of the road to stay safe and compliant.
Think of this as your AI's performance dashboard. You're going to track ticket deflection rate, that's your cost savings. You'll watch for a drop in average handle time, that shows your agents are getting more efficient. And most importantly, you'll keep a close eye on first contact resolution and your customer satisfaction scores to prove you're not just being faster, you're actually making customers happier.
And listen, this isn't the fine print, this is the headline. The moment you activate AI, you are processing sensitive customer data. You absolutely must talk to your legal and security teams to make sure you're compliant with regulations like GDPR. This is a non-negotiable step.
So, is Zendesk's AI the right tool for everyone? Look, its biggest strength is how seamlessly it plugs into the existing Zendesk system. If you're already on that platform, it's the most efficient way to supercharge your team. But if your main goal is more about conversational sales and marketing, a specialized platform like Intercom might be a better fit. It's all about matching the tool to your specific goal.
And before we wrap up, let's talk about the single biggest mistake that companies make. They treat AI as a set it and forget it kind of project. The reality is your AI is like a digital team member. It needs constant training, management, and review to perform at its best. It's a continuous process, not just a one-time setup.
And that brings us to our final thought. Once you have an AI that's handling today's problems, deflecting tickets, and making your agents more efficient, well, the journey has really only just begun. The real question then becomes, with this incredibly powerful new tool on your team, what are you going to teach it to solve next?